Hey, it's Ryan from the Carb Situation. Remember, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a trainer. I'm just a human guinea pig who likes to read a lot and willing to experiment. If you go on the journey with me, maybe you'll learn what I learned. Oh yeah, and I curse a lot. Let's do this. Hey, it's time for What the Fuck Wednesday. I'm so excited today. I'm going to tell you exactly why undereating and exercise don't work worth a shit to lose weight. Remember to go buy this book right here, Why We Get Fat and What to Do About It by Gary Taubes. Use my link, get it from Amazon, Audible, whatever. It's amazing. It's got all the information you ever want to need about weight loss. So what the hell am I talking about? Undereating and exercising are bad for weight loss? Yep, it's true. Undereating and exercise are not good for weight loss. Let me explain. We've all been told that if you have too much body fat, then you need to eat less. And the common equation is 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. So if you eat, let's say, 500 calories less than you require every day, then at the end of 7 days, that'll add up to 3,500 calories, and you will have lost 1 pound. And all you have to do is keep doing that as long as you want, and you will lose as many pounds as you like, and the rest is history. But it turns out it really doesn't work that way. If you eat the wrong foods, then you probably won't lose the weight anyway, which we're going to get into. But more importantly, undereating from what your basal metabolic rate is makes you hungry. And hunger is something that we're biologically not prepared to handle indefinitely. Said more simply, no one wants to be fucking hungry all the time. So that's just not sustainable. And to ask someone, eat less than you want to, we've tried to make it into this psychological problem, but it's built into our instincts. When you're hungry, you eat. So being hungry all the time just doesn't let anyone pull this off. As a matter of fact, I'll give you a perfect example. Go do the research on that TV show, The Biggest Loser. These people, they lose incredible amounts of weight, hundreds of pounds oftentimes. And they're doing it simply by crazy amounts of exercise and very heavily restricted diets, calorie restricted diets. And you'll see that the results on the show are pretty amazing usually, but if you go a few years down the road, almost everyone gains all that weight back because they don't like being in that lifestyle that you see on the TV show and having to try to recreate that for the rest of their lives. Nobody could. So it makes it pretty easy to understand why that kind of calorie restriction is not sustainable in the long term. And of course, what people seem to forget is that if you ate a certain way, say a certain amount of calories, to get to be a certain size, and you don't like that size, and you want to get smaller, you restrict the calories. Okay. If you restrict them enough, you will lose weight. You'll be hungry, but you will lose weight. And finally, you'll say, cool, I lost the weight that I wanted, and I'm fucking hungry, so I'm going to go back to the way I was eating before. Well, the way you were eating before got you the body you had before. So it's not so simple as cut your calories, you lose some weight, now go back to eating the way, and you stay small. That's just not logical. So that's why undereating just doesn't work for weight loss. You can temporarily lose some pounds, even some fat, sometimes some muscle, unfortunately. But as far as a weight loss tool or a fat loss tool, undereating is just not realistic. So that brings us to our second most popular way to lose weight, and that is exercise. Usually, if you are carrying around too much body fat, the first advice you're going to get is to exercise more. Decide whether you're going to get on the bicycle or do CrossFit or whatever you're going to do. And I first want to say that I love exercise, and exercise has so many benefits to the human body that it's not even funny. It's the best return you can get on your health. And it keeps your muscles and joints healthy. It keeps your mental fortitude healthy. It's kind of like taking a tiny bit of Ritalin and a tiny bit of Prozac every time you exercise. It's great for cardiovascular. Exercise has tons of benefits. However, funny enough, weight loss isn't really one of them. Let me explain. Let's say you climb a flight of stairs. One flight of stairs, about 10 steps. When you have done that, you have burned a total of about 3 calories. Now, if you eat 1 slice of bread, you will have to climb 20 flights of stairs just to equal out what you ate in that 1 slice of bread. I didn't say toast it and put butter and jelly on it. I didn't say make it into a sandwich or anything. Just eat a plain slice of bread, and you need to climb 20 flights of stairs just to equal the calories out, if we believe in the calories in, calories out model. So, just like Gary points out in his book, why not just skip the stairs, skip the bread, and call it a day? It's a good question. Let's use a more specific example. In me. So, a lot of times I lift weights for just under an hour, and when I do that, I usually burn right around 170 calories. Of course, that's estimated, but it's probably a pretty decent estimate. And if I eat this simple bag of peanuts right here, I've already canceled out that weightlifting. So I exercise for an hour, I eat a small bag of peanuts that I can probably eat in about 4 bites, and we're back to square one. Or, take one of the days where I ride my bicycle. I usually ride at a pace around 15 miles per hour, and I usually burn in the neighborhood of 800 to 900 calories. Go to any popular restaurant and order a burger, and don't do anything special to it, just eat it like most Americans eat their burger, and you will have burned way past that 800 or 900 calories. I had a burger the other night. It was about 1,100 calories, and it wasn't anything special. It wasn't a triple decker crazy. It was just a cheeseburger. And that canceled out my whole bike ride. Now, that's not including all the other shit that I had for dinner that night, plus lunch, plus breakfast, plus the snacks. Just the burger is what my bike ride canceled out. So you can see, from a math perspective, exercise is a horrible way to lose weight. The good news is, it doesn't really matter, because calories in, calories out, and doing all this math is not how it works anyway, because of hormones, like we talked about in last week's What the Fuck Wednesday. But there's another point that I would like to make, that when you exercise, it makes you hungry. Our body is very smart, and if we burn a bunch of calories for fuel to aid our muscles in doing this exercise that we're doing, then it's going to work up an appetite, because your body is trying to remain at homeostasis all the time. So whenever you go do this exercise, you're going to get hungry, and you're usually going to refill your body with the calories that you just burned in anyway. Even if you have the willpower to not refuel your body with calories you just burned from exercise, you're going to be really hungry, and that's not very good, because it's back to the point we made at the beginning of the video. Hunger doesn't work because it's not sustainable. And please, please do not fall into the trap of thinking that exercise gives you a free pass to eat whatever the fuck you want. It's not even close to that. And we're back to the you can't out-train a bad diet, which I am currently proving. And of course, we've all heard the jackass who says, I work out all the time so I can eat whatever I want. Well, if he did the math, he would understand that working out isn't what's giving him this magical pass to go eat whatever the hell he wants. He's probably either eating a lot better than he thinks, or his metabolism is working overtime because he's young, and that's how it works. But enough about all that. So let's summarize. Okay, how do we lose weight? Undereating and exercising. Wrong. Bullshit. They don't work very well at all. So if we undereat, we're going to be hungry. And if you eat the same types of foods but less of them, then once you get down to the weight that you were trying to achieve, if you do, then you're going to go back to eating the same types of foods in the caloric area that you started from. And it's just going to take you back. So it's a temporary solution to a permanent problem. That's why undereating mainly does not work. Granted, if you restrict your calories enough, you will lose weight. It might not be the healthiest way to do it, but it will happen. But I contend that you cannot keep that up forever. And no one should have to, especially when there's an easier way to do it. As far as exercise goes, exercise is amazing for humans. And you should exercise and recover. But don't do it because you're trying to lose weight. Do it to add to your health. Whenever we look at the math about how much exercise goes into offsetting certain things in our diet, it's ludicrous that anyone would say, I'll take that deal, because it's bad math. We're talking about doing an hour or two of really crazy, strenuous exercise to cancel out a tiny portion of one meal of your entire day. It's just not efficient, not effective. Granted, same idea goes here. If you hit the gym or hit the trail for 6 hours a day and somehow you don't refuel all the hunger that provides, you will lose weight. But eventually, your body is going to get too weak, or you're going to have to give in and eat to refuel, and that's not a good way. Besides, who wants to exercise for hours and hours all day, every day? So, exercise doesn't work well, and it makes you hungry, so it usually cancels out anyway. I hope I didn't fuck this up too much to make you understand that undereating and over-exercising are just terrible methods for weight loss. So that's all I got for now. I'm going to leave that alone. That's all I got for this What the Fuck Wednesday. Make sure you pick up the book. Make sure you subscribe. Leave me comments, questions, disagreements, whatever you got. I'm here. And go to my website to check out metrics and math and all that crazy shit. And we'll see you next week. Cheers.